The HBL Pakistan Super League continues here in Karachi, the City of Lights, with match number 6. It's the Karachi Kings taking on the Lahore Qalandars, live here from National Bank Stadium, Karachi. Hello and welcome to the Pitchside Studio. My name is Erin Holland and we are in for a wonderful, epic effort today. It's grudge match, the two biggest cities in Pakistan, and who better to chat through all the action than two of the finest Pakistan has ever produced. Waqar Yunus, Wasim Akram. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello,
Big
Erin.
one, spicy
Hello.
contest.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a big game. Famous rivalry between Karachi and Lahore. Always has been, always will be. It's like Sydney-Melbourne in Australia. It's similar kind of attitude people have, and they have healthy banter. The food discussions as well, which food is better in Lahore or in Karachi. I lived in both cities. I was born and bred in Lahore and now moved to Karachi 12 years ago, so I kind of know both cities inside out. So it'll be a great game today.
I love the biryani fight. Who's got the best between the two cities? Obviously, you've lived in all over the place as well, Waqar, but you know, this stadium has a very special place in your heart.
Yeah, I mean, I made my test debut here, and every cricketer or any cricketer you ask, test cricket is the most important cricket for him. And I played here, 1989. That was the first time me and Sachin Tendulkar, we made a debut together. Things have changed over the years for good. I mean, dressing rooms have changed. I remember when I first played, the dressing room used to be on the side of the, of the pitches, and then it moved this way, and now it's just gone the
before that,
opposite.
Vicky, dressing rooms were here. There used to be tents here, not proper dressing room. And then they built one on the right side, and then they came back here.
Yeah, I'm not that old.
And that's a new one. You are only a year younger than me, by the way.
I don't want to make you feel old, but 1989, I think I was about 5 months old when
There
you
you
debuted
go.
for your country.
God, you're making us feel really bad now, eh?
And it obviously was, you grew up in Lahore, but you reside in Karachi now. We talk about this rivalry between the two cities. It's a fierceness like no other. This competition between these two sides always brings the best. I know you bleed for Karachi these days, but what do you make of this rivalry? What do you expect from tonight?
I think if you look at the recent form means the last couple of PSLs, Karachi Kings has been dominating. Karachi has been dominating Lahore. Last 5 games, Karachi won all 5 of them. But this is early days in the tournament, a very important game from Lahore and from Karachi to gain momentum in this PSL. But rivalry always has been, even when I was a young kid, when I started playing for Pakistan, or even first class cricket, and then I joined PIA, PACO, and then PIA to play first class. Most players were from Karachi, and my wife Huma, late wife, was from Karachi too, so got to know the culture, lots of friends here. And then when I moved here, it was a very easy kind of transaction for me to move to Karachi. It wasn't difficult. But coming back to rivalry, I think today you'll see on the field, they'll be fighting on every ball, both sides.
So Karachi ka dil hai or Lahore Lahore hai? How did I do?
I think
Great, excellent. But the famous old age argument, which biryani is better, that's got to be Karachi. I'm from Lahore, I'm Lahori as they come, but guys, we have a different chickpeas. Karachi, nobody knows how to make, unfortunately.
Well, you're making me hungry, gents, with all this food chat. But let's take a little look at where the points table sits heading in to the all-important clash today. We are up to match 6 of the HBL PSL 10, and Islamabad United with, look at that healthy net run rate. But Lahore Qalandars taking on Karachi Kings. They sit in 2 and 3 at the moment. They're looking fantastic so far, and it'd be wonderful to see what this competition brings out in these two sides, because we do know Karachi Kings, things do tend to swing in their favour when Lahore Qalandars are the thought.
Yeah, I think they produce different energy, and I'm so happy and glad that Karachi Kings won the last matches, because if you look at their track record in the last 2-3 seasons, the only team they've beaten is Lahore Qalandars, actually. Last 5 games all Karachi Kings. So it is going to be a fantastic game. They're both coming after a big victory, although Qalandars have lost 1 game. But this guy was outstanding, James Vince. James Vince was beautiful. I mean, losing early wickets and then him carrying on playing the way he played, 101 of 43 deliveries. Yes, bowlers did help him, but he was just sublime that night.
Third fastest 50. He must please you, Az.
Yeah, it actually did. The way they came out to bat, the mindset. Warner started off, Tim Seifert started off, and then of course Wincy and Khushdil Shah came on and just won the game from Karachi. But you were there, I remember, in that game downstairs, and you said there was a bit of a dew factor that particular night.
There was a massive dew factor.
So that'll be a big call for teams to what to do if they win the toss. Most probably they would like to chase.
Yeah, confirmation there that was also the third fastest, highest ever run chase in the HBL PSL. But it is just about time for that all-important toss. Let us get out into the centre. Arooj Mumtaz Khan is standing by with our two captains.
It is the derby, it is the rivalry, it is Karachi Kings and they take on the Lahore Qalandars. It's time for the exchange on coin toss. I've got the two captains alongside, David Warner for the Karachi Kings, Shaheen Shafridi for Lahore Qalandars, and to make sure everything runs smoothly, match ref, Roshan Mahanama. Home captain, you got the coin?
Tail.
Tails is the call. It is tails.
It is the tails. Lahore Qalandars have won the toss. Shaheen, क्या करेंगे और क्यों?
बैटिंग करेंगे पहले।
कोई खास वजह पिछले मैच को देखते हुए ये फैसला कर रहे हैं?
दूसरा मैच है इस विकेट पे, तो आई फील टोटल लगा के फिर उसको डिफेंड करेंगे।
आपका बहुत अच्छा टर्न अराउंड रहा पिछले मैच में क्वेटा ग्लैडिएटर्स के खिलाफ 70 रन से जायद से जीते। बैटिंग ग्रुप और बॉलिंग ग्रुप दोनों ने रन्स भी किए, विकेट भी लिए। एज अ कैप्टन कितना कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता है इस बात?
नहीं, बिल्कुल देखिए, टूर्नामेंट का पहला मैच जो है वो थोड़ा सा टफ इसलिए होता है कि बहुत चीज़ें मैनेज करनी होती है। बाकी जो जितने भी लड़के काफ़ी एक्सपीरियंस है, इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट खेल के आ रहे हैं, सो फुली कॉन्फिडेंट हो उस पर।
अपने पर्सनल फॉर्म के बारे में बताएं। बड़ी बात होती है कि पहले ओवर में आप विकेट लेते हैं, पिछले मैच में अपने पहले स्पेल में 2 विकेट ली। कितना पर्सनली बेस्ट फॉर्म में फील कर रहे हैं?
ऑल गुड, फीलिंग बेटर।
दैट्स फैंटास्टिक। व्हाट आर द चेंजेस फॉर टुनाइट?
एक जमान खान खेल रहा है जानदाद की जगह।
चलिए, शाहीन, हैव अ गुड वन।
थैंक यू।
David, what would your decision have been looking at this one?
Yeah, look, we would have bowled first like last game, I think, with the dew in the outfield at the end. And having chased 234, it gives you a positive boost to actually come out here and lose the toss and bowl first.
It is a rivalry that you enjoy immensely against Lahore. 5-zip to your side, contrast with what the otherwise tournaments have gone. How much confidence does that give given the opposition?
Yeah, look, I think for the fans' perspective, it's a great confidence. And for us, it's about, it doesn't matter how many times you've beaten or lost against a team, you've got to come out here and start well, and that's what we have to do tonight.
And do you guys have any changes then tonight?
No, same team.
Fantastic. David, have a good one.
Thanks, Guruj.
Right, then the news from the centre is that the Lahore Qalandars have won the toss and will have a bat.
So Lahore decided to do what helped them so well in Pindi the other day, won the toss, elected to bat first and put some scoreboard pressure on. Should we take a little look at the teams, boys?
Yeah,
We've got
let's
one
do that.
change for Lahore Qalandars and Karachi unchanged, but of course that brings Lahore straight to their playing 11. Taking a little look there, they are a very good looking side on paper.
Yeah, they're in good form also. I mean, Fakhr started getting runs. Naeem still sort of struggling a little bit. Shafiq, I think he's been the brick, the right stone in the middle order. So their batting is really well. Billing is batting superbly. He scored 50 of 19 delivery. Sikandar Raza got to really kick on with the bat a little bit. Only one change. I mean, Zaman Khan coming in for Jahandad, which I think is a really smart move.
Taking a little look at the Karachi Kings now, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it, says David Warner.
Yeah, they are going with the same side, and rightly so. They've won comfortably, chased the third highest total in PSL. Seifert and skipper opening. Vince is in good form. Then, of course, Shan Masood at number 4. That's not his pace, but again, that's what they think is okay. And then the rest of the batting comes in. Khushdil Shah is in good nick too.
Building up to the ultimate rivalry here in the HBL PSL. Looking forward to seeing Karachi Kings taking on Lahore Qalandars. Plenty more coming up here on the Pitchside studio though. We're going to deep dive the conditions. What do we have on offer today after such a massive scoring match in our first one? Can't wait to see what happens as we build up to ball 1. We'll see you on the other side. Bahut shukriya for joining us here at the Pitchside studio. Now, last match we saw 470 runs or so scored in this particular pitch. Now, what can we expect today? I think it's high time we get out into the middle and check in with JP Duminy. But first, hello, Mike Hazeman.
3 days ago had a game at this venue where the batsmen had a lot of fun, the bowlers certainly didn't. Now 470 runs were scored and the batsmen were just unbelievable. The boundary percentage was 70%. Now if I want to compare that to what happened last season in the HBL PSL at this venue, it was only 57%, so it's a big difference. So the batsmen went berserk, but it shouldn't have been that way because the track certainly provided some assistance and it was on the green side. Let's just have a look at this. It should not have been like that because they should have set the tone right at the top, these bowlers. Let's have a look at the bowlers right at the top. Adam Mill bowling the very first over, and have a look at the way that he was spraying the ball all over the place. Some extras, 17 runs off that first over, which really was costly and got them away. David Willey had a tough call. David Warner was going to get after him. And that's what happened as well. 15 runs off that first over. And by then, the floodgates, I should say, for both teams were open. So runs were flying and runs were scored and boundaries were scored galore. And that's why they scored big totals. And that's why the chase down was so good. And also why we saw 2 centurions. But that was a couple of days ago. Now we're here. The track doesn't seem to be quite the same colour. JP, you've had a look. What are your thoughts?
Well, Hazy, chatting to the groundsman, he did speak about the fact that the grass is certainly the same length. So we're looking at about 2.5 mils. However, as you mentioned, slightly different tinge of color, a little bit browner. It is the second game on this particular surface. We are on the same surface, but there is still a fair amount of grass on it. However, that certainly gives you the impression that there's still going to be some good carry and good bounce. But the thing that I want to highlight is spin versus seam. We saw spinners going at under 10 runs and over, seamers north of 13. I think it's going to be the battle of the bowling attacks here tonight. I think we're going to get runs, but it's the battle of the bowling attacks to see who's going to be successful on this surface.
And setting the tone from the fast bowling point of view, and yes, spin might be involved right at the top, but can the fast bowler set a real tone on this and get the ball in the right areas and cause some real problems for the batsman?
I certainly think so. There is certainly something, particularly with that new ball on this surface. It's really about top of the stumps using the bouncer, the old Jacques Kallis metaphor. But I think if you can hand it on that good length, you certainly give yourself a chance.
And what do you think about the pace?
I think the pace is true. I think we're gonna get some good carry. But again, the batsmen are so smart these days using the crease. It's been outstanding.
Okay, good stuff. Looks like a nice one.
A used wicket and the important question, what will be more successful tonight, spin or pace? Let's find out our expert prediction. Wasim, how do you see it?
I think early on with the new ball, at least 2-3 overs, the ball should seam around because there is quite a bit of grass. It's a bit drier than the first game, but there is quite a bit of grass from one end especially. And of course, after 6 over, spinners will be very handy because the previous game, if you look at the economy rate of spinners, were 9.35 and the fast bowler was over 13. Yeah. So hence, spinners will be very handy in the mid overs.
You're a bit disappointed with how the fast bowlers bowled on that, weren't you, last game?
Yeah, I'm still disappointed. I mean, I still feel that this pitch, with so much grass on the surface, which we heard from the 2 experts, that still in there. But all you got to do is just ball in the right area. Don't try too many things, and when the bowlers try too many things, and that's what happens. I mean, getting, I know Karachi won, but I think it was poor bowling in the second inning which really allowed them to get those runs.
Vicky, don't you think bowlers get panicky too early in this game? I can understand that batters play differently.
Yeah.
They chase in the first 6 overs, they give themselves room, they go cross.
It's very simple. How do you take wicket? The only way to take wicket is to bowl nice length, isn't it?
There you go. That was our expert prediction. It's just something about this rivalry between these two cities that brings out the very best of the Karachi Kings. They haven't had it their way in terms of the HBL PSL, but look at the head-to-head when these two sides meet. Karachi have an absolute time of it, Waz, but something about the Lahore Qalandars brings out the very best. They won the last 5 on the bounce.
Yeah, they did. I was involved in a couple of games in those ones. We didn't have a very good PSL, like you said, 2 years ago, but we won both the games in Lahore. So Karachi, when they play Lahore, they come up with the attitude, and I think vice versa, same goes for Lahore as well.
Yeah.
They won the toss and they're batting today. A very different kind of mindset today we needed.
That was our head-to-head for the day. Yeah, building up to the all-important spicy contest between these two. Waka, I'm really excited. I feel like you're a little bit more neutral than this guy sitting over here, Mr. Karachi Kings. How do you see this one playing out today?
I think it's very even Stevens. I think Karachi got a little bit of an edge. It's a home soil, and they have played on this surface before this. I know they're both good. Both teams are in good form. They both done well in the previous match, so it should be a good contest.
And there's just so much talent. Look there, Tim Seifert right at the top of the order as well. Didn't quite see him fire just yet. Shah Masood, he needs runs, Waz, to keep his place
He
at the
does,
side.
but he bats at number 4. That's not his batting position. Unfortunately, they have two of the best wide ball openers in world cricket in David Warner and Tim Seifert, and that's why.
And we saw the eagle rise again in that last match. 2 wickets in the first over from Lahore Qalandars. Shaheen Shah, Afridi, how important a cog is he, Waka?
Look, I think his first spell is always crucial. He picks up early wickets in the power play and put the other teams under pressure. So I think his first 2 overs, very, very crucial. Watch out. When he gets it right, he's a wicket taker, genuine wicket taker.
Just quickly as well, Wasim, Karachi, they're going to take early wickets. How are they going to do it today?
Yeah, they can't just chase every game 230 plus. So yes, they got to bowl better with the new ball, try to get a couple of wickets with the new ball, and then put pressure on Lahore time, after 6 overs, especially with the spinners.
Can Karachi make it 6 on the bounce against Lahore? Lahore coming off the back of a wonderful win up in Pindi as well. So many superstars galore for this. Ball 1 is coming up on the other side of this very short break. HBL PSL 10, Jaldi Jaldi.